Welcome back everyone to Pine Leaf's Railroad Challenge, where today we are going to start on the village that will be connecting our first stop there. There's the village down there that we are going to be moving. And now I've got a nice sandstone area here, so it's unlikely that we are going to have stuff collapse on us, which is what I'm trying to keep happening. Because for those who are just joining us, the ground at the village over there is very, very unstable. I've had it collapse on me on several occasions. So therefore, I'm going to move the village here, which happens to be right next to the western rail line that we have over there. Yes, the western line. I'm getting my east and west always confused. I always have to look at the sun and say, is it going up or is it going down? Actually, I do have a clock here that tells me what time it is. So I know it's in the morning, so therefore that has to be the sun going there. So we have this walkway here where the villagers will come from the old village. Now, I've also taken care of that here on this island. And the ink despawns just as I get there. Not that I don't have tons of ink already from squid beaching themselves. They love to beach themselves. If you need black ink in the MHC after 113 comes out, you don't have to worry about breaking the rules because the squid will kill themselves and the ink will be fair game after that. What I'm going to do is I am going to build a church right over here. So this is where the church is going to go. This is where the library is going to go. I'm going to be building a small farm right over here. On this strip of land over here would be the first farm. And this farm is going to be fairly straightforward. It's not the main farm for the village. That'll be up there. But it's going to be a small one to be used by the school and the church. And here, this is going to be another farm. Oh, this is going to be a park. Of course, that's going to be a farm. This is going to be a park, so I have trees and the like. But they have to be trees that are not going to interfere with the train line. So I'm going to build the park after the train goes through. For now, it's just a small grassy area. But this I could build beforehand because trees, we can't have them interfering with the rail lines when they are built. So that is the plan for the... I'm still trying to figure out what you would call this because we've got water on either side, but it has a connection up and down on there. So I'm not quite sure what you would call that. If maybe an isthmus. I don't know if this is a situation where that word will be appropriate. See, told you more than will kill themselves. I presume at some point they're going to update the behavior of the squid so that they don't do that so often. And over here I will have the houses all over the place. I'll have houses and there's another building at least. Trying to remember what all the buildings are going to be. Ah, yes, the majority of the fields plus a smithy. So that's what's going to be down on this side. So where should we start? Well, I won't be making the trees for the park yet. I am planting some trees to produce the wood I need in helping to build the library. Now, the library is going to be composed quite a bit of sandstone and That's probably going to be the principal material that I'll be using there. But I'm also going to be using some oak for the floors and such. So that hopefully will make things look a little bit better. And also, what else do I need for this? I need some cobble. That's what I need. Okay, I've got a little bit of, because I want to have a cobblestone foundation, something more solid than just sandstone here. So I'm going to start by this. This is going to be my outline here. I've done it all in torches for now, just so I had something easy to open and close with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo the outline all in cobble, and this will be my foundation. Even though this is something that we're not going to be really seeing, it's still going to be there. So I guess it's more of a verisimilitude thing. Well, partly for verisimilitude, and partly because I could use the extra sandstone, because sandstone, because that 4-to-1 cost of sand to sandstone, despite all of the sand that I have available to me, getting a good amount of sandstone is still a bit on the tricky side, because it means I have to do a great deal of digging in order for it to get there. So I will fill this all in, and while I'm at it, might as well also start on the floor. So I have a floor and this. Now the total floor space of this library is going to be slightly less than the two libraries that are currently there combined, but I figure that will still be able to give us a good sized place. So instead of two small libraries, we'll have one larger one. There we have our outline. Now we will place the lower level of sandstone. Actually, let's see. Yeah, we'll do this here. Now I'm leaving a space for the door there, and I'll say another door right here. There will be a door on either side. Good. And that will be the beginning. Now, the library at the current village uses cut sandstone. For the remaining levels on this, we'll change over to cut sandstone to follow what they are doing. Actually, we would want, we'll put a window there. Put a window there. A window there. Okay, so we got small windows on the other side there, windows there. Alright. We'll need bookshelves for those, so therefore no windows there. Yeah. Actually, we need... We'll pull that for now. We might cut out some windows afterwards, but this is... Well, let's go up here and put another... Of course, it would have been easier just to have done that, wouldn't it have been? Good. So we'll have 2 layers of that. Good, and that means, okay, we of course will close. So therefore we are going to be 4 high. I would think that you would have a relatively higher ceiling rather than, because a low ceiling in a desert area doesn't sound very like a very good idea, because you would want the heat to go to the top of the room, I would think. So therefore, I'm going to guess that you're going to want the, let's see, we've got some, yeah, let's get a little bit more cut sandstone there. Good there. Good there and all around. So that is, oh, actually, it's only the third layer. I want a fourth layer, and the fourth layer is going to be where I'm going to be placing the ceiling. So let us go around like this. I think the back windows are too few, so therefore I will put this here. That was a temporary thing put in so that I could get to the top, which is something I'll be doing in a little while. The idea here is to add those two windows there, because I think without them it would be too little. And I think those are the only places where I could really find to place them at the moment. I may change my mind and add a couple other places later, but we'll do that for now. So this is the main room here. Now what I'm going to see is, do I need to take the books? When I put the books in, are the books going to force me to have shorter ones? I noticed that in the old one, the bookshelves, they tended to be up at this level, and whenever we had bookshelves, then there would not be windows there. Now I do have some glass. If you're in a desert, that's probably one of the easiest resources to get. So I'm not going to have to worry about that. What I will have to worry about is, A, do I really want glass, or should I use wood or that for the windows? I'll decide that later. What I want to know is what to do with the roof and these logs here. Now this has something to do with something I saw with green, and I'll worry about this later. And that is logs. And I think, what does he do with them? I've got another idea. Now, I noticed when I was doing a check that many of these adobe houses don't use very thick logs on there, but they tend to use thinner ones for this. And I was thinking maybe using buttons instead of logs would work for what I'm doing on here. Now, let's see, that will be from the center and there. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's an interesting thought on that. That has some interesting implications from it. So we go on the center, and then 2 from there, and then 3 from there. Try that. 1 to there, 2 from there. Oh, squid. Oh, how many squid are going to beach themselves and give me their ink? There you go. It doesn't look very good when it's the way it's inconsistent over here. That's the... Maybe I didn't choose my dimensions very wisely. What I'll do then is take this wall down, and I am going to expand the wings, 1 on each side, That'll give me a little bit extra room for bookshelves. Right, I will expand the wings, and in so doing, I'll be able to get even numbers, or I should say, be able to be even in my logs on how I do them, and I think that'll help to make things a lot better. That's not a bad start. I think I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some books from the library, convert them into bookshelves, and start populating it so that I know where those windows will fit in. The two libraries over at the old village gave me a total of 14 books. I threw in one additional, I guess bookshelf, not books, one additional bookshelf to make it 15, and of course that additional bookshelf is probably carrying books about the history of the mining company and all that stuff. But you're going to expect something like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the history books there, and the reason why the history books go there is because that's going to be covered by the rest of the bookshelves, and our librarians aren't going to be too excited about that particular book anyway, so therefore we'll just place the rest of them here. And I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see what I'm planning for this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's see, and then here. So essentially we have an area where we'll have a full enchanting station. That's right. So we're turning this library into a full enchant. Now there is one little thing that's missing here, and that is of course the enchanting table. Yeah, right? But unfortunately, I'll need at least one more diamond before I can do that. But that gives me the start of that. Over here, maybe I'll get a few extra books just to line that for decoration wise. But for now, it'll be a study nook. So let's place a couple of tables like this. Alright, and how about a table here? And a table there, and each of them will have their own little places for people to read that aren't busy doing enchanting. And we have some stairs here. I just got to get it right. There you go, our little study nook. 2 tables and then a wraparound area there, so that could be a little place for people to study in a group, a couple of individual places, an enchanting station with a bunch of books here. We could probably throw a few other bookshelves in the area when we have them, and that takes care of everything except our roof. Initially the roof will be a little straightforward. We'll just put some sandstone slabs up at top. We're not going to do a slanted roof or anything like that. In the village that was generated, there's a slanted roof, and I can only think they did that because you've got slanted roofs for the villages, for the other types of villages for the library, but slanted roofs aren't exactly what you call the typical style you have in a desert, because slanted roofs are, of course, were invented to help train off things like rain and snow and the like. Not exactly something that you get in a environment such as this. And so therefore, I think a flat roof would be more appropriate. So That's what I'm going to try here. But we do need a little bit something extra on that, because just having a squared off roof will be, well, not exactly the prettiest thing in the world. And there you go. I could have spared myself a little bit on them. Now we do need a first off, let's plug, I think a couple extra chairs there would be in order. Where could we put a ladder? It looks like we're seem to be pretty tight for space already. Okay. Well then, how about then, guess we'll put it there. Just put some ladders here. The idea is to, I think a little simple thing to do is to put some fencing all around here. I decided that the hole there was at an awkward location for anyone up there, so I added a third table over here and placed the ladder here, and that way we don't have the awkward hole over there. And I think this is a nice roof to look over. Yeah, I suspect that Korean would have, for example, done an extra level on one of the sides or something like this, but I'm not Korean. Now, there we go. We are ready with that. We've got a study corner. We've got bookshelves. We got another study location here. We got a way up the top so that you could see out to a distance. Everything you would ever want. Actually, that gives me an idea. Because if you can come up here, then occasionally people might want to study up there. So let's see, we've got one fence post left, so let's get to, well, let's get a few more of those. Let's get ourselves another set of fence posts, and that gives us 4 of those. And then if we have some pressure plates. Now, pressure plates, are they? It's 1, 2, we want 4 of them, right? So we get 4 pressure plates. And we could have a small study area that's out. A few chairs here where you could study outdoors in the breeze, right? After all, this is a desert. It's not like you have to worry too often about rain. Good. Yeah. It's good. That's 1. That's 2. We could put 1 here. How about a longer one right here? Boom. Boom. Oops. Put a pair here. Put a pair here. And then we go and get some rest quickly. And that's done. So now we just need a little bit of lighting. Let's see, we've got plenty of torches. We can put a few of those upstairs, of course, but we also want a few indoors, because you can never be sure when. Actually, we'll be needing a few other fence posts also. Okay, good and good. Oh yes, doors. A library is going to need doors, especially in those rare occasions where it does rain. I know in Minecraft it never rains in the desert, since in real deserts it does on occasion, since definition is you get less than 10 inches of rain in the year. So obviously that means that it can on occasion actually do so. There you go. I know, like, we really need really need torches here with the right of way signal there, but when the right of way is put in, those torches will be disappearing, and we can put one here, and we could put one here, and I think that'll be, oh, one more door. And let's put it on this end and see how that looks. Well, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, it goes on the other end. Alright, there you go. Alright, good. Good. Let's go to the side, see how it looks, and have a look at our new library. I think that'll work. Well, perhaps I have some glass panes left over from the salvage from the other library. Good. And in case you wonder how I managed to do that, I know it's rather weird to use a shovel to harvest glass, but that's the only thing I have. That's Silk Touch. Good. Good. That one's filled in. Well, maybe I'll think of something impressive to put there later. But I think that concludes our first build for the new village. There you go. And I suppose next time we'll work on the church and maybe get some of those houses done so that we could get this filled up as quickly as possible. Maybe just do the highlights for the church and not just go through it blow by blow like I did on the library. Since I made significant changes to the design of the library, I thought I would show that. But that's it for today, and when we return next time, we will see about moving the church over. From there, over to here.